feelings and that's not. It's just a done for the war. Suffocate feelings and that's not all. It's just a dark board on the wall. It's just a dark board on the wall. A dark wake up fall. Dark wake up fall. Suffocate feelings and that's not all. It's just a dark board on the wall. The doors keep it down, the dark board on the fall. Don't know how to kiss those are being against the wall. They better go get Stephanie, she's a window, but that's not all.
I'm suffocating feelings and that's not all. You're just a dark boy against the wall. Can't get me down and down on the hall. You're trying to do that slow screw against the wall, but I'm not Stephanie. I'm not that call. I'm not Stephanie. I'm not her at all.
Suffocating feelings and that's not all. We gotta get that dark boy against the wall. We gotta get drowned in the ball against the wall. Feel the damn so full of that soul. I'm just going around. I'm just into the depths around. I'm just laying down. You're gonna be the darkest girl in town.
Suffocated by the feelings, and that's all. Don't know how to deal with the screw against the wall. Wanted so much, but nothing much at all. No, I can't find that dark boy to ball. You're suffocated feelings and that's not all. Gonna go cry in a room down the hall. And Stephanie's got all the boys and having a ball. And Josephine doesn't know when to call.
Suffocating feeling and that's not all. Gonna feel a soul against the wall. Nobody knows it's a pain, it's a drug, it's a baby, it's a dog, it's a feeling. Don't like it chosen, it must be trust it's a suffocating feeling, that's not all. Don't be so still, it's the wall. The Stephanie got the boys and now I don't know. Oh, there's so much fun as the
Is lost and that's just all. And then I'm never gonna call. Stephanie's all got all the boys at home. And I'm never gonna call Stephanie, that's all. Josephine wants more than they can give. Josephine wants them to live. And then Stephanie says that's it. they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. And she's gonna break them. Well, I want to date them. And Stephanie just hates them.
Suffocate feeling the next now. Stephanie can show me how to have a ball. Bring him to the other side of the night. Show where it is like this is the night. Suffocate feeling the next now. She's a person on the fastball. And just wants to dance again. Wants to feel the consequences of it all.
Josephine just wants you and she wants you and that's all. Wants you in reality and wants you to call. Wants to talk stuff all night long. But Stephanie says all the boys are all wrong.
Suffocate feelings not tonight. Only when you get as long as we get along. Suffocate the feelings and get to the ball. There's no real way you can get it all. I suffocate the feelings and that's wrong. And that's the way we get to the ball. Suffocate the feelings and get to the ball. And that's the way I feel all night long.
Somehow Josephine thinks it's all wrong. Shouldn't suffocate the feelings, it should connect to the song. Everybody's got a key in their heart. Gotta find the right song in the right part. Gotta find the right song in the right part.
Suffocate the feelings that's wrong. Only when you're gone is all you see the ball.
This band Electric Ghost, and I'm going to talk about the song Suffocate the Feelings. We hadn't done a live show in a long time, and a lot of times when Band Electric Ghost or Peg does a live show, one of the things we like to use for live performance is the Arturia Beat Step Pro with our JDXI from Roland. Because we have our Beat Step Pro set up on a 3-tiered rack at the top tier, and then we have the JDXI, and then we have a Roland Juno. And what that allows us to do is to have control of our drum machine in real time through the pads on the Beat Step Pro. So we basically recorded a live jam with Stream of Consciousness lyrics because we hadn't done a live show in a long time. So Suffocate the Feelings is a live recording direct to digital recording. It's actually the second take because the first take we were working out the lyrics, and then we kind of work out the idea. And the idea of this song is Josephine and Stephanie are kind of creating lyrics. So Stephanie's coming in on a vocoder. We're using the VT4 vocal transformer in vocoder mode. We're using a lot of the features of the vocoder. For the VT4, we're using the harmony, we use the megaphone, we use the pitch, which basically gives you like an auto tune. So there's an auto pitch on it. So we're using a lot of the features, and it has a reverb as well. It has a lot of different sonic features for the vocals, and it's polyphonic. So we're using that with a studio electronics microphone that we have going into an MX1 mixer. And so the idea of the song, like I said, is Stephanie and Josephine are kind of traded off lyrics. And in this situation, Stephanie is being more sexually aggressive than Josephine. In fact, Stephanie has stolen a bunch of Josephine's love interest, and she kind of like monopolized their time, and then Josephine's basically the odd woman out, and she wants to be with these people. And in this case, it's like there's this concept of this character. We had created a character called the Rooftop Dude, and in this song we created a character called the Dart Boy. So it's like, so that basically there's this kind of guy that's at the bar, and he's always shooting darts, and he's got like some kind of tough boy attitude. So Josephine is enamored with the Dart Boy, and and then she's even acting like she's gonna throw him around sexually. But Stephanie has already grabbed Dart Boy and her with her kind of prowess, and Josephine's like, well, when am I gonna be able to deal with these guys? And then also Josephine kind of worried that Stephanie has a habit of kind of preying on these men and like taking them out of the world. And so Josephine says she just wants to date them. She doesn't hate them, but Stephanie hates them, and she's gonna do them harm. And so Josephine's kind of lamenting the fact that Stephanie has taken over. She's usually the alpha dominant in most of my songs, but this song we're kind of showing the relationship. And when Stephanie gets in the room, Josephine feels kind of weak. She feels kind of like she's not able to control her sister. Her sister kind of take over. So this whole concept is kind of just drawing into the Windover Girls, and we had songs like Windover Girls on top, which on SoundCloud done pretty well. Kind of came from Synesthesia, Neo Soul Surrender, which is still on Amazon.com. Shameless plug. If you go on to Amazon.com, you can find the original Phantom Electric Ghost albums on CD, which we still have. Something Wicked, our first album. Indigo Menace, our second album. And then Synesthesia, Neo Soul Surrender, which has a lot of our songs when we started to actually write more pop-oriented electronic music. Those songs are probably the tone to the stuff we have now, and the stuff that we've been putting out for the last 2 years. But if you look back at 2016, that album, the trio of albums, Synesthesia, Neo Soul Surrender, is probably one of our better albums that we've ever put out, and it is on CD. So this song, again, was using this hardware workflow, and part of the thing is that you can kind of shift the drums. So you can do a chain pattern on the Beat Step Pro, and what we are doing is we're extending the drum machine that's inside of the JDXI. And if you just use the JDXI without any kind of MIDI controller, it's limited to a 4-part on any of its digital 4 parts, and only like maybe 4 bars. But when you extend it onto the Beat Step Pro, you have the ability to move around all the parts that you record. So you can record like a lot of different patterns on the Beat Step Pro, and you can actually chain them together, and you can save all these patterns. So you can save more patterns than what you could do on the JDXI, and then you can string them in a chain mode and extend the song, and then you can manually override and do fills and things and I think it's just a more user-friendly manner. I really like using the Beat Step Pro in that way. I've actually used it live in New York City and Boston in concerts at different venues that I've done. So I've been very happy with it. I've always looked at using other drum machines, and that's why we got the Moog DFAM, and the Moog DFAM is in this song, and it's actually there's a synth part that's actually kind of rolling, and the Mother 32 is also in this song. So we're using a lot of different capabilities. We're also using the Math utility module, and we're affecting the sound of the Mother 32 and manually playing it. Now we've done this thing before where we will bring in the Mother 32, but also keep a digital pad from the Juno. So we're playing a digital pad. It's kind of a percussive sound that's kind of Caribbean-like. I forget the name of the pad, but it's kind of like it's a percussive type of bell pad. So it's got like a bell quality to it. And it's a little bit like between a harpsichord and a bell. I did modify it a little bit, made it my own. But then we also got the Mother 32 coming in with I believe we used a triangle wave. And then I modified it heavily and have it going through the math utility module, through logarithmic and exponential modifying of the CV signal. And also we've got, I said on deck, we got a DFAM running in a kind of a non-percussive way, but more of a synth fashion. So we like to do the atmospheric synth sounds with the Mother 32. Well, analog synth sounds, these are somewhat of a lead sound, but it's kind of muffled. But the lead is there; you can hear it, and yeah, very happy with what it. We also later in the song we bring in a Juno guitar by switching, and then also what's in that guitar is the mode signal. We've talked about this kind of doubling that happens when you, especially if you use a digital delay. So we're using a digital delay from the MX1 mixer with the Mother 32 and a Juno. And then they're kind of, the Juno and the Mother 32 are kind of stacking the sounds on top of each other. So the Mother 32 signal is coming through on an MX1 channel, along with another channel. We're bringing in the guitar sound from the Juno, but the Juno is also the same key as being pressed that triggers the Juno and the Mother 32. And when you have the digital delay on it, you get this kind of doubling that we talked about, had kind of like an Eagles or Allman Brothers kind of feel on the twin guitar thing. So when you have twin guitars in the same key or equivalent keys, you get this kind of doubling thing going on. And when you pitch bend the note, it kind of gives like a classic like slide or heavy string bending effort. It sounds like something you probably couldn't do on a synth, but we found this capability that gives us kind of guitar type sound. We've been doubling down on in a lot of our music. So this was basically, again, a live recorded ROM with this kind of story that we came up with. We did a first pass of it, and then we decided to use this other pass where we like the lyrics on this version. We do have a previous version, because the cool thing about the initial demo version we might put out as an example, just to show the growth of the song. But yeah, when we actually look at the demo version, we were flushing out the idea, and now by the time we got to the second iteration, we really got the concept of how Stephanie and was gonna like play with Josephine, and that's the whole nature of the song, is kind of romp playing together. So we're pretty happy with how it came out, and again, we're driving to our job in Maine, so hopefully we'll talk to you guys later. And we've got some people on deck to talk to, but we had some issues with our car, and we're still having to Uber a little bit to take care of the expenses, and we haven't been able to do a live show on Facebook for a while. We're trying to set up to do it. We're also working on the track list to Dark Ghost Violets, so hopefully we can get that out there. We've been wanting to come up with it, but we keep on coming up with new tracks, and they were trying to figure out how we could get the album down to like an hour. Every time we can figure it, it ends up creeping up to an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just because we have so many tracks, and we released a lot of Bentley singles, and we've been looking at how they perform, and a lot of the songs that we're going to select are the higher performing songs that we put out in the last couple months. Again, we have a bunch of new songs that we're putting out in the next couple of weeks that we've got a bunch of material that we just recorded and sent to Bentley that are going to be coming out on the 21st. One of them is Deep Drown Blue, which we really want to put on the album. We had been hesitant about it, but we really like that song. And then also Eye Candy, we like a lot. It's coming. And then Curse of Pride, which we wrote maybe like 6 months ago, but we're very impressed with that song. We like the kind of piano feel. It's one of our better piano-based songs. It's kind of a jazz influenced piano song, but it's got this kind of strange D-fam. Well, it's actually not the D-fam. We're actually using our Arturia Mini Boot 2S, and it has the ability to do a lot of percussive sound, kind of like the Arturia drum machine. It actually has a really good ability to create percussive sound with white noise, and the different type of the state variable filters on the Arturia allow you to do some really cool percussive sounds. In the same vein as the DFAM, you can get it to behave because of the sequencer is so good on the Arturia. You can and the filters and the variable state variable nature of those filters. It has a lot of capability. I love my DFAM though. The DFAM is nothing like it. There's a lot. You can still always find some new ways to pull things out of the DFAM just because of the patch bay and different ideas. And there's also ways to link it to the Mother 32 and have the Mother 32 kind of drive some of the sounds. So yeah, we've been very happy with our modes. We're kind of hoping that the mode would put out the subharmonicon, but I don't know if there were issues with it, but it just looks like a really interesting synth. They did put out that vocoder at the Vogue Fest. So we've got two Muller 32 type devices that we haven't seen actually hit production. There's actually three. There's a brother from another mother that never made production. And now we had the vocoder they put out this year, which is the name escaped me. And then the subharmonicon, which was very interesting. I really wanted to see that. The matriarch, I guess they put all their effort into the matriarch, so that's cool. But it would have been cool to see our subharmonicon come out. I would love to have that stacked on my current setup. And so we'll talk to you later. We're very interested in talking to a lot of new bands that we've got on the schedule coming up, and we'll try to keep this going, do a live show on Facebook as soon as we can. Thank you for all the PEG supporters. We're at over 20,000 listens. Again, if people want to help support the podcast, you can become a subscriber. You can become a supporter, $1, $4.99, and $9.99 a month. And if you're a band, you can contact us on our voice memo system. So on the voice memo, you can leave a voice memo, leave your Instagram handle or your Twitter handle so we can directly contact you, or your Facebook instant message handle, and we can set up a call. We've pretty much booked through September. We're booking now for October and November. So we're doing pretty good. We'll talk to you later.